If you are an international student planning your future in the US, this video could change your career trajectory completely.
New college graduates are facing one of the most challenging markets for entry-level jobs in a decade.
I'm going to keep at it, keep applying.
It made me feel like I was unqualified.
The unemployment rate for recent grads was nearly 5%. That's higher than the overall unemployment rate.
Hi, I'm Arnoor. I have been international student of the world. I was in the US for 4 years studying computer science, and then I did 5 years of software engineering in the US, and now I'm an international student of the world. I travel and learn from international students worldwide. For example, last year I did videos with Germany, Italy, and Canada, US international students, and right now I'm in China. My goal today is to teach you these 5 things, how you have to think about this job market completely different. Because this job market, no matter what the predictions say, it is still in your control. An American dream for an international students, you already saw it, I mentioned in the last video, 40%, 30 to 40% students are going to be less coming to the US this year. It's changing from like a job after graduation to complete maze of shifting policies and different steps. Students are juggling from one step to another step to another step to shape and to possibly have a career instead of an almost guarantee of having a career. Now let's start with the numbers that universities don't want to tell you. That is that companies right now are less likely to hire new grads, especially in this semester when 2025 grads are graduating. This is the worst time for computer science majors. This is a fact. If you look at the numbers, if I show you how many job openings are on Indeed, you will be shocked because currently, not just in the US, this is for worldwide, I'm going to show you that we have less job openings even during COVID. So look at this 10-year data. Since COVID, till COVID, we had stable economy. So before COVID, the data doesn't exist. But if you look at the lowest numbers during COVID, 64, we hit even lower in May when STEM graduates were graduating. Not just software engineering in the US, look at scientific research, we are at the bottom. Look at even in Germany, Australia, Singapore, we are at the rock bottom. And the number one reason is that interest rates. Companies were already conservative with hiring because interest rates were higher. It was expensive to borrow money to spend on you. So that's why they were conservative. Number 2 is AI. With AI, companies are 15% more productive per employee. If one employee is giving 15% extra output, then they are less likely to hire by 10% in the team. So there's a 10% decrease in your demand. And at the same time, the demand from international students, STEM graduates, hasn't decreased but increased because everyone was hyped up about that computer science salary, 300K job in Bay Area. So supply is down, demand is one of the highest ever, and that's why we are seeing struggling graduates. But at the same time, it is also true, some people are making the best out of the opportunity. How are they able to? That's why I'm making this video. But first, a quick guideline for all the international students who wanted to come this year but couldn't because of visa issue. As I put it in my last video, 30 to 40% international students are not able to come because there was no visa appointments issued at some point and it was difficult for them. And now they should make best use of that time right now because tuition fees is increasing and competitive market is coming for you from next year. Best use of this time by actually getting college credits in advance. If you're an undergraduate student, you can graduate instead of 4 years in 3 or even 2 years by taking online classes for college at home in your bedroom. Yes, that is possible thanks to UPI credits. Even I did my undergrad in 3 years instead of 4 years because of college credits through AP. But UPIStudy guarantees taking online classes accepted by 1800 plus universities in US, Canada, Europe, and it guarantees that if credits don't transfer, they will give you your money back. That's why take advantage of these. You can take these classes online, and Once you clear these classes in 3 to 4 months of time, you will be able to skip those classes in college. That means you don't take those classes, don't pay for that tuition fee, don't pay for housing, and you graduate early, saving 25 to 50% of that undergraduate degree. And students who came in fall semester already can still take advantage of the credits and graduate 1 semester to 2 semester early as well. And these are the example students I talked to in the US and Canada who have taken advantage of UPI credit. Make use of it immediately with the link in description below. Now let's continue with the 5 steps you need to take right now for this job market. This data is even scarier. That there's a new trend that the high salary job openings are declining. The trend of the highest salaries of computer science grads is declining, and slowly predicting that like the trend of 300k job is going to go down to 200k, 150k in the valley, just bare minimum that you can survive. A lot of people who are in big tech in New York already feeling the struggle even with a big tech salary. Look at this data. High salary job openings are declining. Number one reason due to the economy and layoffs and restructuring. And why is that happening? It's also because there is mismatched compensation expectations. Employers have many options to hire a cheaper graduate, like who is a new graduate with same skills, and at the same time job seekers like me, if I am used to let's say 200k salary, I am less likely to accept a pay cut. So what will happen? I will just wait for that higher salary. So that's why there is mismatched expectations. And so that's why number one skill I recommend all of you to learn, which Sam Altman says as well, that this is the year you have to be adaptable, resilient, and spend time in understanding others. So what does this mean? This actually means that you have to go towards short-term trends. You see that computer science grads, Python developers, CS, mobile app developers in a decline. But what is rising? 3 industries that are rising. Number 1, healthcare and economy. Number 2, technology and AI. Number 3, green transition. And number 4, advanced manufacturing. These are the 4 sectors which are expanding. These are seeing higher job growth. So your goal is to take advantage of this short-term trend, spend some time and combine your CS degree, your CS skills with these skills and apply towards those. Because this is a year you have to get any opportunity you see, because as Steve Wozniak says, it doesn't matter where you start, but it matters where you end. So that's why you have to spend more time in actually investing into thriving economies, thriving industries, and amend your skills in that way. People who are adaptable, resilient, and they take any opportunity they see right now, and who sees short-term trends. Of course, you cannot predict the long-term trend, but the truth is right now what we see is these 4 economies are growing. A lot of people spend their time into healthcare. I made a video about how a data science engineer got opportunity in healthcare, and he's still in healthcare. A lot of people spend time in healthcare and then switch when economies repair. So spend some time here, make use of that skill. I will link the video here, and make use of those skills and then learn whatever it takes to get a job at a healthcare company in AI, CS, etc. Number 2, be a creative human being. I'm going to show you a few resumes. So these are one of the famous resumes I saw in Twitter. Number 1 resume I saw was by Safinaz. Look at this resume. This resume looks like a Netflix website. She has put all her work on the movie sections of Netflix webpage. When you click on a movie, it is her project. It is so cool. Becoming a creative human is more important than ever before. Finding creative ways to make yourself unique. Maybe 10 people are applying for jobs. Only one would have a resume like this. Maybe 1,000 people, maybe thousands of CS grads are applying for jobs. Only one has a portfolio like Netflix who's going to get in. It's just crazy. You have to be creative human being. Make advantage of all the tools you have right now. Look at this website I saw by Roy. He spent 100K on a designer to build this website, which cannot be created by just AI. Like GPT-5, Lovable, no one can create a front end like this easily with just AI. So find those ways in which AI can help you but make you unique. And another growing trend is cybersecurity. Cybersecurity engineers are seeing 33% demand with average salaries of 122K. Data science face 36% growth. But the key is these aren't entry level positions anymore. So for entry level positions, these are still very difficult, but if you take advantage of getting that experience in university, whatever exposure you get, so that you're able to match your skill with the experienced grad with 1 or 2 years. So the question you should be asking is, okay, if I don't have 2 years experience to get this cybersecurity or AI job, how can I get those 2 years of experience by staying on campus and getting it from anywhere I see? What it could be is a research project at your university. It could be an unpaid research internship or unpaid AI internship. So find those ways in which you're able to match your experience with an experienced grad. Look at those resumes and compare yourself and try to match in whatever ways you have right now. Number 4, cold emails and career fairs. This is an era where just applying for jobs, emailing their HRs will not work. Just by going to career fairs, talking to 3 or 4 companies or even 100 companies will not work. This is an era you have to be unique and stand out. That's why I'm showing you some of the coolest cold emails I've seen from this guy from the newsletter Next Play. I was fascinated by these 3 new emails. Number 1, look at this email, which is my favorite. Hey, my name is Neeraj Pant. I understand your time is valuable. I only write 3 bullet points. Programming since 8th grade. Have most experience working with Java. Want to intern for Snapchat this summer as a high school junior. How cool it is. If I have to add more context to this email, I would say why I'm reaching out to you as compared to just by applying. Something which tells more personalizing, like, hey, I am a future Tesla engineer, something more personalized, that you're saying that, I am reaching out to you because I met you somewhere, I saw you somewhere. Some more personalization of one line I'll add here. Otherwise, this is perfect. Let me show you how this email fixes the shortcomings of the previous one. So, hey Ryan, this product is good, so good. So this is personalizing. He saw a product of that HR or that recruiter. Your product is so good. I used it for last week for a reason that is personalized. Here, there's a space for personalization, and was impressed, especially how good the modification is. And how are you doing on copywriting at the moment? I see a problem in that because, so here's the problem he's coding, asking because I write for startups. I don't want to blast you. So that's why it says how it can fix a problem on your website by saying that don't want to blast you. Here is the fix for your website in your own words, he wrote, basically. Similarly, this last cold email, which I was fascinated by, it's pretty similar, and he has coded his success as well. He has helped 100,000 active users. So these 3 cold emails are having 3 features. Number 1, they are very, very concise. They are short, unique. Most recruiters don't have time. Number 2, they are personalizing in a direct way. And number 3, they are telling why I'm reaching out to you as compared to just applying to you. So there's a reason why the applicant is emailing. There is personalization, number 2, and number 3, it's very concise and direct while showing your skills. So that's why do something like that and find creative ways to craft your own emails, because this is the trend where hundreds of people are using Apollo.ai and AI tools to craft thousands of emails with one click of a button. That's why your emails should be unique. It shouldn't look like a mass email sent to everyone. And last advice I would have is use AI to apply as well. I can tell you, you can create a system, for example, from the same newsletter I saw, you can create a system with AI. This guy created through Notebook LM a playbook with Notebook LM and Perplexity to create a system to personalize every resume for the job he was applying to, and then copying that application and then pasting it. Using tools like Simplify.ai, which autofills the application whenever you open a new website. And the websites that fetches data from Notebook LM where you have crafted different resumes. Create an Excel sheet, give it to Simplify AI or the AI tools like Comet, which is going to in future, with one click of a button, help you apply for thousands of jobs. So take use of that technology, but at the same time, in emails, make sure your emails doesn't look like mass emails, because AI tools are good at detecting mass emails as well. Last advice would be, if you want to send a lot of emails, go till the draft step, but don't hit the send button. I have, with my Claude application, I showed in my last video as well, created a system with MCP. You can find a tutorial online where how to connect your Claude application to your email MCP. And I did it now with one click of a button. I typed 10 emails. It creates the draft for me, but not the send button. I haven't given my send permission to it. So then I go to the draft, review that draft in my folder, and then hit the send button. So you can take advantage of these technologies in your system and have a productive setup. And last advice I would have is be a critical thinker. Not always read summaries, but also read the full article so it shapes you how to think. The biggest skill lacking in many people is critically thinking. They're reading 4 or 5 bullet point summaries of articles, books, but they're not actually understanding anything, not able to actually critically think what is right. Who is profiting out of all the policies that are coming right now? If anything politically in the US or anywhere in the world happens, someone benefits for that. If an article you're reading, someone is benefiting out of it. So make sure you think, who is benefiting out of this policy change? Who is benefiting out of this article you wrote? So think that clearly and find the right information. Not just read summaries, not just read AI, because when you find the truth from the right information, you will be a better critical thinker. You will have access to right information. Your mind will be smarter every single day. So that'll be it for today. And if you haven't checked out UPIStudy to accelerate your college journey, do check out and take some college credits before coming to the US. And thank you so much for watching.